Welcome to a build series of the restoration of the PSYCO ute from the early 2000s. It's been through a couple of hands. It's currently with someone who wants to take it back to its former glory, and I've been given the job of doing it. Got delivered to me today. Just doing a quick walk around to show how I've received it. Most of the interior has been wrapped up in the back. As you can see, the tray install's gone. That's one of the key things I have to redo. All new stereo gear in boxes there, ready to go. TV behind the window has also been removed. We should have a new one for that, so we'll be refitting that one. Most of the airbrush and everything is all still intact as it was and in still excellent condition. Engine blower was removed. It's since been refitted and tuned, so that's back in there. Ute still only has 4,000 kilometres on it from new. Props to Jamie, he's done a great job building it initially. A lot of it has lasted quite well, but there is fatigue in a lot of pieces. A bit of fiberglass which we'll have to repair, and then I've spoken to Wayne to get the airbrushing touched up to basically exactly the same as what it was. Interior is all pretty much complete. Someone at some stage has removed all the sound gear from behind the seats, the old eyeballs which are gone, which we'll be putting back in there. The module for the flip out screen, all the wiring's been cut unfortunately, so we're tracking down some old stuff to match to make that work again. That stuff that was just thrown in on the floor, so I've been going through that to work out what wiring we need, what's been damaged, what can be salvaged. The Nintendo 64, the wiring is unfortunately broken, all that powers up. Need to try and fix that. We've got a new processor, the original screen and everything's there. A lot of the wiring in the boxes that came with the controllers. Front bumper is still in excellent condition. All the paint is pretty much perfect, we won't really have to touch much of it. Door unfortunately does have a couple of cracks in it, which we'll fix up. Can't really see with poor lighting. White walls will be going. If we can find a set of Momo Status wheels, that's what will end up on it. By the time these videos get seen, it's possible that it could already be finished. But we're undecided if we do a build series as we go or release all the videos after it's completed. Alright, so we're going to unpack the tray and work out what's in here, what's damaged, what needs repairs. I'm going to go over the airbrushing, see what's been done, and hopefully none of it's too damaged or scratched. So most of it's in pretty good nick. It's been packed pretty well, so we delivered over to me. Marks and chips on the left hand side, which is right back. Into the vents, which is Jamie's modified extensively to clear the new door pods. A crazy amount of fabrication work that he went through in this to make it different, that's for sure. Steering column cover, in good condition, no cracks. Got enough rags to last me for quite a while. Sides of the seats not broken. Should go back on okay. Side pillar trims that aren't airbrush, that's a good thing. Some bits that aren't actually done, we might be able to do some more. Driver's side kick panel has been cut down quite extensively to fit. Obviously the new floors, sheet metal floors are in here, all airbrushed as well. The other end of the dash, that one's quite badly cracked on the paint. I'll have to try and fix that one up. switches below the steering column for some reason. Everything was basically disconnected when the current owner got the ute, so we're not sure what most of this stuff is for. It was pretty much up to me to wire everything the way I want it, build it the way we want it to be able to go back onto the show scene for a while. Get it back out there. Most people wouldn't have seen it, so good opportunity to get back out there and show what the era was from 20 years ago. That one's in pretty good condition. Glove box with the big eye on it. Interior inside all that is modified to hold the controllers for the Nintendo. All the airbrushing on that seems to be pretty well intact. Side kick plates, sheet metal. Obviously Jamie's made those from scratch. Plastic ones are long gone. They'll be a lot more durable than the plastic ones, that's for sure. Airbrushing all seems to be pretty good on those, no cracks. What the hell am I going to do all these rags? There's one floor plate. They are not light and not small. Apparently this one's been cut out for the clutch pedal to fit. I think we're going to have to do a fair bit of modification to that one to make it be able to stay in there and drive the ute still. The other one's still in there, but it's buried. I'll leave that in there for now. I think that's all. We've got our floor carpet, which obviously goes under the plates to stop it rattling. What we have done is got a lot of sound deadener all up on the shelf here from car builders. We'll strip the entire cab out and fit sound deadener to everything before all the stereo goes in, and everything behind the seats, on the floors, all the dash, everything will go back to the same way it was basically. And sound better and hopefully work. So I just thought I'd do a quick walk around of the engine bay so that you can see what's been done and what's missing now and what we need to do. Most of it's all still here. There was quite a few covers that got misplaced during a couple of owners. You can now see the battery, and there used to be a cover there. I believe there used to be one in the back corner. Engine's been out at some stage, I believe. All the firewalls now gloss black, same as the rest of the ute. All the airbrushing in the engine bay would not have been easy with the engine in there. The blower's been refitted where it was removed at one stage, been retuned. Some of the wiring's been hidden. Coil pack. Sorry, the ignition module's been moved to the guard. Covers over the front. Everything's all relatively new still because hardly used obviously. So the plan will be to get the battery out, put that in the tray with a secondary battery for shows. Probably relocate the fuse box inside the cab. Get rid of as much stuff as we can out of the engine bay. Ideally remove the engine at some stage and smooth out whatever's left and repaint it, make it full show spec to basically look the same, but go that extra step and make it cleaner again. A couple of little things that are a bit strange on it. Bolt just randomly holding in the radiator. Hoses just joined in places that probably don't really need to be. Sensors and stuff just banged into the vacuum line. Holes down in the bottom of the battery tray. So everything will either be relocated or hidden or removed or whatever's still needed so that we can actually get the registration back on it and be able to drive it to and from shows if need be, or go cruising in it. The airbrushing underneath, all the floors been stripped of all the sound in there and all the airbrushing applied. I can only think how many hours they would have spent doing that. All inside the wheel arches, everything's all airbrushed. Crazy amount of detail that no one probably ever saw at a lot of shows being fenced off. Airbrushing across the dash. Gauges have been removed off the bonnet. They're on their way, so we'll be refitting them. Most of the interior was stripped out either by the current owner to try and work out what was missing, or previous owner to what we believe was sell off a lot of stuff. A couple of cracks in the dash that we're going to have to repair. Spoken to Wayne so he can redo whatever airbrushing we need. One of the doors has some pretty big cracks in the bog which we can fix. We'll get that re-airbrushed. Sound deadened the whole interior. Basically everything that's been removed. It's very loud to drive, I've been told. Pulled the roof lining out and sand deadened all that. So the first job will be to get the dashboard out, the seats out, start cleaning up the inside, work out what I need to get the interior back to how it was, and then we'll concentrate on redoing the tray. So there's a quick intro to what we're doing. So a decision's been made, we're going to start putting some videos up now. So far just an intro. Next episode we'll do some sound editing, get all the car builder stuff in there, and go through a few more things of what's getting done in the future to it. If you want to follow it, there's an Instagram page I've started that is PSYCO Ute. We will put a link up and a photo on that so you can follow it. If you don't mind, if you want to, can you subscribe? It's free for a lifetime subscription, and helps me out so that we can keep doing these and hopefully make some money back on it. And we'll keep making more and more videos. And as you can see, I've made a little bit more progress on it. The first video was done in July, so I've got a lot more to come through now once we get them edited and get them up. But we'll just sort of work our way through it, and ideally we'll get stage 1 finished, try and get it to Summernats. So hopefully we'll be able to show everyone there at least back to how it was, and then we'll continue doing other modifications to it after that. Thanks for watching.